I've just realised this doesn't look good at all. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you watched my last two craft reviews from House of Crafts, you'll know that one of them was absolutely awful. If you were excited by Mosaic, you wouldn't enjoy. Well, that one wasn't glued on properly. Ah well. In the second one, it was kind of 50-50. It was half my fault and half their fault. SC2 Tog, take the hook through the first ST and wrap the yarn around and bring through. What? So today I'm going to be testing out another House of Crafts product, and it's going to be this garden candle kit. So hopefully this is going to be pretty decent. I did use their candle kit last time. It was just kind of a normal candle kit for Craftmas, and it was pretty decent. So I can't imagine anything can go wrong with this one. I don't think. But before we get into the main bit of the video, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you never miss an upload. I think what we'll do first is we'll have a quick look online and see if there's any reviews on this product to see if anyone's had any good or bad experiences with it. Right, so this is it here, and it's $12.99, which to be fair is really cheap for what I'm assuming is 2 outdoor candles. So I'm not mad at the price. Yeah, so it looks like you've got some candle pots in, some wicks, all the kind of usual stuff that you need to make these kind of candles. Are there any reviews? Oh, there's no reviews. That's the one I used for Craftmas, and that's got 4.5 stars out of 5. And it was a pretty decent kit, it wasn't bad at all. Strangely enough though, that one is more expensive than this one, and quite frankly I think you get more in this one, so no, there's not kind of a lot of information on this, so I think we're just going to go in blind and kind of hope for the best. So I guess we'll open it up and see what it's like. Right, okay, so this is it here, and the thing is with House of Crafts products as well, they always seem to have a very similar kind of box and a very similar design, so you kind of know what you're getting, and it's always wrapped in this kind of cellophane, and it is quite a decently sized box. It's quite large. Okay, so we've got the stencils there, we've got some instructions which I'll need. Okay, we've got 2 little pots, and they're proper terracotta, they're proper ceramic pots, which are good, and they're about the kind of size I thought they were going to be. Maybe it's a little bit on the smaller side, but that's okay. A little paint palette, some wax, some scent, some wicks, some of the ceramic paints. Oh, you even get a paintbrush. That's actually quite a decent paintbrush, to be fair. It feels quite nice. I'm surprised. Yeah, you get quite a lot in this box. Let me have a quick look at the instructions. I like how one of the tips on the instructions is that the paints can be mixed, and you can mix red and yellow to get orange, red and blue to get purple, and blue and yellow to get green. No shit. Right, that's one thing I didn't realise what you had to do. It's such a pain in the ass. So you have to paint your design on the pot, and then you have to actually bake the paint in the oven for 35 minutes. So I guess I'm going to have to paint the pots first, and then I'm going to have to do the candle part. It's not what I was kind of planning on doing. I thought it was going to be very quick and simple, but for the full effect, I'll do everything properly. I think one of them I'm going to kind of freehand and just do kind of like a painterly dash. And then on the other one I might try a stencil. Right, what I'm going to do first actually, I'm just going to quickly nip downstairs and pop the oven on. You have to put it on at 150. So I'll do that to let it get to temperature, and then we can paint them. Right, I'm back. And yeah, obviously with the ceramic paints they need to be kind of baked on, and that's why you have to put them in the oven. Which makes sense. I've never used ceramic paints before, so I didn't know that. I got some extra brushes as well from the studio, just so I don't have to keep washing them. Right, yeah, with this pot I'm just going to go quite abstract and just do some kind of dashes and some paint marks. This paint's very thin. I'm hoping it kind of shows up. Yeah, I think that'll do for the first one. Kind of quite abstract, funky. We'll see how that turns out. It'll probably just turn out terrible, but soon find out. Right, and this next one, I think I'm going to try these stencils. Alright, so you've got like a little cute bee and lots of kind of floral things, so we'll do some of these stencils. I've stuck kind of some flowers, a bee, and some butterflies on. We'll go for a black for the bee. I don't know how they've done their stencil, it looks different to mine. Apparently these stencils are reusable as well. Apparently. I'm not going to even attempt to reuse them. That doesn't look particularly good. And I think I'm supposed to add yellow here. Let's try these flowers. Oh, that turned out okay. Yeah, I definitely don't think the yellow is going to turn up very well, but never mind. I think we'll try and mix a colour, actually. We'll try and mix a green. Alright, there. So we've got some stencils going on here, and I think I'm just going to run some kind of pattern along the top. I definitely don't have the steadiest hands. Oh my god. Right, I think that'll do. So we've got this one here with some little stencil work on, and we've got a kind of abstract pattern one there as well. And I've just got to pop them into an oven tray and then cook them for half an hour apparently, and that should kind of set the paint onto the pots. And then I'll meet you back here and we can start the actual middle bit of the candle, and we'll see what the paint turned out like as well. So I'll see you in a second. Right, okay, I'm back and I've got my little pots out of the oven, and the paint's all dry. In kind of some of the places where the paint's been quite thick, it's actually left this kind of crackled effect, which is something to kind of keep in mind if you're going to do this. But the yellow actually turned out better than I thought it was going to. It still isn't fantastic. Yeah, see, there's a lot kind of flaking off here. I would maybe just recommend using some acrylic paint if I'm honest. I don't understand the necessity to use kind of oven baking paint. I think acrylic would do just fine. It'd be kind of a less of a chew on as well. But anyway, they're done. And while they were in the oven, I was reading up on the instructions. Like obviously when you look at the box, I assumed kind of on the top they'd just put some pebbles on there. I don't know whether you can kind of see that image, but there's like lots of like little dots on the surface. And it's not pebbles or anything like that. It's actually just the candle wax beads. It's a strange process on how you make it. You don't actually melt all the wax down and create a candle. Instead you just kind of attach the wicks and fill it up with the beads, the wax beads, and then that's your candle done. Apparently. Anyway, so let's move on to this second step and kind of make the candles. Right, so you need this pot sealer, and this is to go into kind of that bottom part. I'm not sure why they have a hole in the bottom. And then just plug it up with a bit of blue tack, but that's what they're giving you, and that's essentially all this is. Okay, they're sealed. Right, now I need to melt a little bit of wax and kind of stick these to the bottom. It says melt it just over a spoon. I've just realised this doesn't look good at all. It's not sticking very well. I think I might just use a bit of super glue and stick them to the bottom. Ah! Oh, bastard! Just be careful with stuff like that. Right, so they're stuck in like that into the pot, and I just do the same for the other side. Lovely, done. Okay, so I've got two candles that look like this now, and then apparently all I do is add the wax pellets to here. Obviously leave the wick showing and then add some fragrance. It's a strange way of doing it. So you've got the wax up to the top there, like so, and then I need to add a few drops of citronella, and I think this stuff actually keeps bugs away as well. Yeah, it's like that, you know, kind of mosquito spray. I just kind of maybe add it into the wax. I don't really know what I'm doing. And then I think I'm done. Pretty much. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I was expecting to kind of make actual candles and melt the wax properly, but all I've done is kind of painted some little pots and then filled them with wax chips and kind of attach the wicks. So they're very easy to make. I will give it that. Very, very simple to make. I'll light them up, see if they work okay. It's actually, looking at it, it's very strange because it goes down into kind of the wax pellets. It starts to melt it. It almost distinguishes the flame, but then the flame kind of reappears. So it's a very kind of slow burning candle. And obviously I'm not very experienced with this kind of stuff. So maybe this is like a verified kind of technique of making candles. And it seems to work. It's doing okay. It's melting away. It's on fire. It's a candle. And yeah, there we have it. Two kind of little garden candles. Yeah, so would I recommend this garden candle making kit from House of Crafts? You know what, I would. it's kind of redeemed itself from the previous two we've tried out, and for $12.99 I think it was pretty cheap. I don't think it was too bad. If I was to do it again, I wouldn't bother kind of using the ceramic paint and putting it in the oven and all that kind of stuff. I think you would get away with just using some acrylic paint or some gloss or something like that. It seemed like a lot of effort to go to for some cracked bits of paint on the outside of your pots. The actual candle making process of pouring just the chips in and securing the wicks I think is really easy. And again, I'm not sure whether that's a proper way of doing candles or whether they've kind of just made it up. But it's very, very simple, very easy. So if you are a beginner to kind of arts and crafts and candle making, it's one that I don't think you can screw up. You might, but you'd have a hard time screwing up. But feel free to let me know what you thought down below in the comments. Do you think it was good? Let me know as well if that is a proper way of making candles, just kind of adding chips to a pot, because I'm absolutely clueless on it. And they are still burning away, so it's not like it doesn't work or anything. It's working pretty well. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you come across any other kind of craft kits or creative products, then leave them down below in the comments, and I might test them out on the channel. And I'll see you on Friday for a brand new video. Bye!